History repeats. Exactly. Every time. And nobody learns. 8 forbidden lessons from history. Schools won't teach them, because truth threatens power. But patterns don't lie. Ready to see the cycle? You were taught history is progress, linear improvement, humanity evolving, getting better, learning from mistakes. All lies. History is cycle. Same patterns, repeating endlessly. Same mistakes, same consequences, different costumes, same play. Human nature doesn't change, never has, never will. These 8 lessons from history. Schools won't teach. Why? Because they reveal uncomfortable patterns about power, about violence, about human nature, about cycles that threaten current power structures. Teaching truth creates dangerous citizens who see patterns, who recognize repetition. Today, you learn 8 forbidden lessons from history. Not from textbooks, from actual patterns. Not what's comfortable, what recurs. Not propaganda, reality. Drop this if you're ready. I recognize history repeats and human nature is unchanging. Let's begin. Lesson 1. Every great civilization collapses from within, not from without. Rome fell, not to barbarians primarily, to internal decay, moral decline, economic corruption, political dysfunction, social division, military weakness. Then barbarians. Finished what? Internal rot. Started. This pattern. Universal. Egypt, Greece, Rome, Byzantine, Islamic Golden Age, Ming Dynasty, Ottoman Empire, British Empire, Soviet Union, all collapsed. From within. External enemies. Just exploited. Internal weakness. Already existed. Wouldn't have fallen. Without internal. Decay first. Signs of collapse. Always same. Wealth inequality. Extreme. Political polarization. Severe. Loss of shared values. Complete. Currency debasement. Continuous. Military overextension. Unsustainable. Bread and circuses. To distract. From decay. Sound familiar? Should. Every civilization thinks it's different. We learned from their mistakes. They didn't. You won't. Same pattern. Every time. Late Republic Rome looks identical to modern America. Same problems. Same trajectory. Same denial. That it's happening. You can recognize civilization in decline. Measure it against historical patterns. Wealth concentration. Check. Political dysfunction. Check. Currency problems. Check. Military overextension. Check. Social division. Check. Bread and circuses. Check. Entertainment replacing virtue. Check. All signs present. All denied. Lesson 2. Peace is temporary state between wars and violence is the norm. You were taught. Peace is normal. War is aberration. Backwards. War is norm. Peace is temporary. Human history is warfare. Interrupted by brief peace, not peace. Interrupted by brief war. Calculate percentage of human history spent in war versus peace. War wins dramatically. Even 20th century, most peaceful ever. Had 2 world wars, 100 million dead. Korean War, Vietnam, Gulf Wars, Yugoslav Wars, African Wars, Middle Eastern Wars. Peace where? When? This pattern continues. Always. Peace treaties are temporary. Rearrangement of power until next war. Cycle repeats. Forever. 30 years peace leads to Peloponnesian War. Treaty of Versailles leads to World War II. Every peace contains seeds of next war. Why? Because human nature includes violence, tribal conflict, resource competition, status seeking, all led to warfare. Doesn't matter how civilized we pretend, how many peace treaties sign, nature remains. Warfare returns. Always. Current long peace since 1945 is anomaly, not norm. Sustained by nuclear weapons, creating mutual destruction threat. Remove nukes. War returns. Immediately. Peace isn't. Natural state is enforced by terror of annihilation. Lesson 3. Democracy always degenerates into tyranny, and the cycle repeats. Plato observed this pattern 2,000 400 years ago. Democracy contains seeds of own destruction, always ends in tyranny, then cycle, restarts, pattern works like this. Monarchy or tyranny, overthrown by aristocracy. Aristocracy becomes corrupt, overthrown by democracy. Democracy degenerates into mob rule. Mob rule creates chaos. Chaos creates demand for strong leader. Strong leader becomes tyrant. Cycle complete. Repeat. Ancient Athens followed exactly this pattern. So did Rome. So did France. Revolution to Napoleon. Russia. Revolution to Stalin. Germany. Weimar democracy to Hitler. Pattern identical every time. Modern democracies think they're immune. They're not. Same degeneration occurring. Polarization increasing. Institutions weakening. Populism rising. Demand for strong leaders growing. Pattern repeating. Right on schedule. Why does democracy fail? Because requires virtue, citizenship, self-restraint, shared values. These erode over time. People vote for benefits, not sustainability. Politicians promise everything. Debt explodes. System collapses. Tyranny emerges. Restore order every time. Lesson 4. Currency debasement always leads to collapse and nobody learns. Rome debased. Silver denarius. From pure silver to copper, painted silver. Inflation exploded. Economy collapsed. Empire followed. This pattern repeated endlessly. Every empire, every collapse. Why debase? Currency. Government spends more than collects in taxes. Two options. Raise taxes. Unpopular. Debase currency. Hidden tax. Politicians choose debasement every time. Short-term gain. Long-term destruction. Weimar Germany. Printed money. Wheelbarrows of cash for bread. Hyperinflation. Social chaos. Led directly to Hitler. Zimbabwe. Same pattern. Venezuela. Same pattern. Every country that prints without limit. Same outcome. Modern America created 40% of all dollars ever created in 2 years. 2020 to 2022. Inflation inevitable. Historical pattern suggests this ends badly, but politicians don't study history or ignore it because fixes require pain. Debasement postpones pain until too late. Every empire that debased currency collapsed without exception. America debasing right now, thinking somehow different this time. It's not. History doesn't have exceptions, only participants who think they're exceptional. Lesson 5. Socialism always fails and always kills millions first. You were taught real socialism. Never tried. Wrong. Tried repeatedly. Failed always. Killed millions. Consistently. Pattern undeniable. Unless deliberately ignored. Soviet Union. 20 million. Dead. China. 65 million. Dead. Cambodia. 2 million. Dead. North Korea. 3 million. Dead. Venezuela. Ongoing. Catastrophe. Cuba. Poverty prison. Pattern identical. Every attempt. Why does socialism fail? Because violates human nature. Removes incentives. Rewards laziness. Punishes productivity. Requires force to maintain. Force escalates to violence. Violence to mass murder. Every time. But Nordic countries socialist. Not socialist. Market economies with welfare. Still capitalist. Private property exists. Price signals function. Socialist countries ban private property. Control production. Always collapse. Every generation rediscovers socialism. Thinks this time different. Better people. Better implementation. Better intentions. Same result. Every time. Because problem isn't implementation. Problem is socialism contradicts human nature. Can't work. Never has. Never will. Lesson 6. Hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. Weak men create hard times. This cycle documented throughout history for generations, typically from hard times back to hard times. Greatest generation survived depression, won World War II, created prosperity, raised baby boomers in comfort. Boomers created more comfort, raised generation in luxury. Current generation, weakest ever. Hard times coming will create new strong generation. Cycle repeats. This pattern, visible everywhere. Ancient Rome, strong men, built empire. Good times, weakened descendants, weak emperors, lost empire. Medieval Europe, same cycle. Chinese dynasties, same cycle. Islamic empires, same cycle. Why? Because hardship builds character. Comfort destroys it. Strong men solve problems, create prosperity. Prosperity removes challenge, raises soft children. Soft children can't maintain what's strong built. Everything collapses. Hard times return. We're currently in weak men phase. Next comes hard times, then strong men emerge again from hardship. Cycle continues forever. Can't be stopped, only recognized. Lesson 7. Power consolidates until revolution or collapse resets the cycle. Wealth concentration, power concentration, always increase over time until unbearable, then violent. Reset. This pattern, universal. Ancient Rome, land ownership, concentrated in few hands, plebeians dispossessed, led to social wars, civil wars, eventually collapse. French Revolution, same pattern. Extreme inequality, led to guillotines. Russian Revolution, same pattern. Modern world, experiencing greatest wealth concentration in history. 8 people own more than half humanity. This is unsustainable. Historically always ends in violence. Either revolution from below or collapse from within. Pattern suggests we're approaching inflection point. Could be revolution, could be collapse, could be both. But current concentration cannot continue indefinitely. History says reset coming. Nobody knows exactly when, but coming. Politicians promise peaceful solutions. Never worked before. Why would work now? Human nature hasn't changed. Elites never voluntarily surrender power. Violence always required for reset. Hoping otherwise ignores history. Lesson 8. Technology changes, but human nature never does, and this dooms us to repeat. You think modern technology makes us different from ancients? Wrong. Same humans, different tools, same nature, same mistakes, same patterns. Ancient Romans had roads, aqueducts, engineering, thought themselves advanced, still collapsed from same human failures, greed, corruption, decadence. Technology didn't save them. We have internet, AI, nuclear weapons, still same human nature, tribal, violent, short-sighted, selfish. Technology amplifies human nature, doesn't change it. Nuclear weapons don't make humans peaceful, make war more dangerous. Every generation thinks technology makes them different, special, exempt from historical patterns. Every generation wrong. Romans thought aqueducts made them special. British thought steam engines made them special. We think internet makes us special. All wrong. Patterns repeat because humans don't change. Technology changes. Contexts change. Human nature constant. Tribalism, status seeking, violence, short-term thinking, all constant. Across millennia will remain constant forever. You've learned 8 forbidden lessons from history. Civilizations collapse internally. Peace is temporary. Democracy degenerates to tyranny. Currency debasement destroys. Socialism always fails. Hard times create strong men cycle. Power consolidates to crisis. Technology can't change human nature. All patterns, all repeating, all denied. Schools don't teach this because teaching historical patterns, creates dangerous knowledge. Citizen who sees patterns, recognizes current system following same path as collapsed empires, questions authority, resists propaganda, prepares for inevitable, better to teach, progress narrative, humanity improving, learning from mistakes, getting better, all lies, but comforting, keeps population docile, hopeful, compliant, until collapse arrives. As always, understanding these lessons doesn't prevent collapse. Individual can't stop historical cycles, can prepare personally, see clearly what's coming, not be surprised when patterns repeat. As always, have current civilization showing all signs of decline, internal decay, currency debasement, political dysfunction, wealth concentration, weak men, creating conditions for hard times. Pattern suggests collapse approaching, timeline uncertain, direction clear. You can deny these patterns. Most do. Doesn't change. Reality. History repeats. Regardless of your belief, patterns continue, whether recognized or ignored. Denial comfortable, recognition useful. Choose accordingly. Think deeper. Feel less. Know more. This is the hidden mindset.